ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति ओम
ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्तिभेद विभागिने
मूर्तिभेदा विभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्त देहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहना भवतु
ॐ सहना भवतु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
सह वीर्यं करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयम्
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि
भगवद्गीते
भवद्वेषिणीम्
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
यं ब्रह्मा
वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति सामगाः
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः
यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरगणा देवाय
तस्मै
तस्मै नमः।
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे
सर्वस्वरूपे
सर्वेशे
सर्वेशे
सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
समन्विते भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी
दुर्गे
देवी
देवी
नमोऽस्तु ते।
नमोऽस्तुते रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टा तु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
रोगानशेषानपहंसि
शेषानपहंसि तुष्टा तु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान् त्वामाश्रितानान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति
त्वामाश्रितानां
त्वामाश्रितानां ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति
प्रयान्ति
सर्वा बाधा
सर्वबाधा
प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम्
अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्. You can chant along with me. सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टा रुष्टा कामान् सकलानभीष्टान् त्वामाश्रितानान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति सर्वा बाधा प्रशमनं
त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
एवमेव
त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्।
ॐ शान्ति। From today, chapter 5th is beginning. The name of chapter is Karma Sannyasa. Before we have seen 4th chapter, the name of the chapter was Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. But here, Karma Sannyasa Yoga. So before we are entering in verses, first we should clearly know what is the meaning of real sannyasa. So that's why there is a one word is called sannyasa. Really speaking, the meaning of sannyasa means one who has given up with proper understanding. It's called sannyasa. It says there are two types of sannyasa. Main sannyasa, there are small sannyasa is there, but there are main sannyasa. It's called, one is called Vividisha sannyasa and another is called Vidvat sannyasa. One is Vividisha and another is Vidvat sannyasa. What is the meaning of Vividisha? Meaning is Veditum ichha, desire to know. It's called Vividisha sannyas. If a seeker desire to know who am I, and for that purpose, if he is initiated in sannyasa, so that sannyasa is called Vividisha. if person is interested only in spiritual pursuit, then he would like to know the real nature of oneself. And if he takes sannyasa, the name of sannyasa is Vividisha. If we split Veditum, Ichha, Iti, Vividisha, desire to know, and for that purpose, if somebody has taken sannyasa, it's called Vividisha sannyasa. Another name of sannyasa is called Vidvat sannyasa. Another name of Vidvat sannyasa, Shankaracharya-ji frequently quoted, it's called Sarva Karma sannyasa. And Sarva Karma sannyasa can have Gruhastha also, and can have also sannyasi also. So this name, Sarva Karma sannyasa, is not name to take a orange cloth. The meaning of Sarva Karma sannyasa means one who is Jnani, one who is Atma Jnani, and after knowing the one's own nature, one who performs in this world, such person is called Sarva Karma sannyasi. Jnani, really Atma Jnani person is called Sarva Karma sannyasi. And Sarva Karma sannyasi can be householder also, and Sarva Karma sannyasi also. Both have right to understand I am Sarva Karma sannyasi. So really speaking, the meaning of Sarva Karma sannyasa means one who understands clearly I am not doer. I am only consciousness. Whatever action is performed by this body is my instrument. I am not body, mind, sense complex. One who is really knowledge. We have knowledge, but is an information level. But one who has such knowledge, it's called Vidvat Sannyasaha and Sarva Karma Sannyasa. Both are one and same. And another name of Sarva Karma Sannyasa means one who is already Mukta. And Mukta can be Gruhastha also. Mukta can be Sannyasi also. Both have right to take and is considered as a Sarva Karma Sannyasi. And if we generalize who are Vividisha sannyasi, so this most of all sannyasi who are wearing this orange cloth, all are considered under Vividisha sannyasa. And what they have to do here, they have to give up karma sannyasa. Means karma sannyasa means all responsibility, duties, they have to give up. It's called karma sannyasa. They have given up. It's called karma sannyasa, and such person is called sannyasi. But all sannyasi are not jnani. Very few people consider as a jnani. So when sannyasa word comes, so generally all sannyasi come under Vividisha sannyas only. And if we ask, do you have any example of Gruhastha Sarva Karma sannyasi and sannyasi Sarva Karma sannyasi? So I have just given name, Janaka. He was a Sarva Karma sannyasi. In spite of living in the palace, he doesn't have any attachment with palace, with his body. Even Ramakrishna Paramahansa, right? Just now, Ramakrishna Paramahansa also considered as a Sarva Karma sannyasi. Even one story comes in Brihadaranyaka, Ashwapati king, also considered as a Sarva Karma sannyasi. Vidvat sannyasa, it's called only Vidvat sannyasa. And who consider under sannyasi, Vidvat sannyasi? So I have written only one name, is a Pujya Swamiji. Or we can tell also Vivekananda. So all sannyasi, we don't know much. There are many sannyasis, but I can tell Chinmayananji's guru, suppose Tapovanji, consider as a Vidvat sannyasa, because we never come to contact. But these all are big Mahatmas. But there is a totally different Vividisha sannyas and Vidvat sannyas. Only Jnani comes under this Vidvat sannyas, and all sannyasi mostly generally comes under Vividisha sannyas. After taking Vividisha, they may have Jnanam or may Vidvat sannyasa. So Vidvat sannyasa is a technical name. Is a not orange cloth. This is one here too. And what is the qualification to take Vividisha sannyasa? So I have written qualification is only need purification of mind, chitta shuddhi, and another is what we know is viveka vairagya mumuksha and samadhi shatak sampatti. All this considered as a qualification for Vividisha sannyasa. And what is the qualification of Vidvat sannyasa? So only assimilated self-knowledge. One who has really assimilated self-knowledge, they come under Vidvat sannyasa. There is any qualification is needed for Vidvat sannyasi. Now, to become a Vidvat sannyasi, so everybody's goal, what would be? So they would like to become a Vidvat sannyasi. To become a Vidvat sannyasa, which type of lifestyle one can live? So Bhagavan, I have already told in 3rd chapter. Now in this chapter, Bhagavan will say, to become a Sarva Karma sannyasi or to become a Vidvat sannyasa, person has to live a life either Karma Yoga or either sannyasa. Both lifestyle will lead to Sarva Karma sannyasi. For Sarva Karma sannyasi, sannyasi lifestyle or that color doesn't matter. Grihastha can have also Sarva Karma sannyasa. So what is the Karma Yoga? Through Karma Yoga, what we know, all karma we perform with Ishwararpan Buddhi and all phalam we accept as a prasad buddhi. So what will happen? Chitta Shuddhi. So Karma Yoga, Chitta Shuddhi, we go through all responsibility and one day will come, Grihastha can have Sarva Karma sannyasa. Same way, other person living a life of sannyasi. It's called Vividisha sannyasa. That person also need Chitta Shuddhi. Here, Grihastha can have Chitta Shuddhi, doing all type of their responsibility as they doing Ishwararpan Buddhi. So how here this sannyasi can have Chitta Shuddhi? So either japa or seva of ashrama, whatever they do, but they also need seva or japa. But main difference, both karma yoga can also lead karma sarva karma sannyasa. Same way Vividisha also can lead sarva karma sannyasa. Sarva karma sannyasa or Vidvat sannyasa, both are one and same. So when one have read Bhashyam of Shankaracharya, he openly write either Sarva Karma Sannyasa or Vidvat Sannyasa. When it comes, means Atmagyani. But Arjuna was confused about Sarva Karma Sannyasa, Karma Yoga, and Vividisha, which Bhagavan has talked in 2nd chapter, 3rd and 4th. But still, he is a confusion, and he expressed his confusion in 1st verse of 5th chapter. That's why Arjuna Uvacha Sannyasam Karmanam Krishna Punaryogam cha shansasi Yachreya etayorekam Tanme bruhi sunishchitam. Arjuna Uvacha, Arjun said, and what he said, O Krishna, Karmanam sannyasam shansasi. You glorify, you praise. What? So renunciation of all karma. Karmanam sannyasam shansasi. You praise the renunciation of all karmas. And again, punaha yogam cha shansasi. And again, you also praise karma yoga. Here the meaning of yoga means karma yoga. Sometimes you praise jnana, sometimes you praise karma yoga. Which one is better? That's why he says, Yat Shreyah, Yat Shreyah. Now you know Yat Shreyah, Yat Shreyah, Etayoho, Yat Shreyah. Among two, Etayoho means this is 6 by 2. Among these two, Yat Shreyah, which one is better? Then Ekam, you have to tell me only one. Yes, very specific. One, Ekam. Me bruhi sunishchitam. That only you will tell me definitely I will follow. But all time, sometime you praise karma, sometime you praise jnanam. So I don't know which is better, which lifestyle or which should I follow. That's why ekam, here ekam, not ekam, nishchitam me bruhi. You tell only one. I was listening someone other Swamiji. That Swamiji says, generally, all disciple, generally they go to Guru and ask, you give me some anushtanam, I will follow. And then some Guru says, this is fine, this is also fine, you do whatever like. But they always say, no, whatever you say, that only I will do. You just tell me only one. Same way here also. And if something went wrong, no, then they come to again this Guru, because you have told, no, that's why I have done. Still I faced some problem. So it always go to Guru only. This question, Karmana Sanyasaha, up to 18th chapter, Arjuna in different way keep on asking, which is better? Either karma sannyasa is better or karma yoga is better, in different way. But he may say, which one is better? Yat shreyam etayorekam tan me bruhi sunishchitam. You tell me which one is better. So Anvaya is, Krishna, hey Krishna, karmanam sannyasam shansasi. You praise the renunciation of karma. Karmanam sannyasah and punaha. And again, yogancha shansasi. Again, you praise also karma yoga. Etayoho yat shreyah. Among two, which is better? Tat. That one, ekam sunishchitam. That one only, definitely, me bruhi. You just tell me, me. Me means to me, bruhi, you tell me. And what I was told, Arjuna was confused because Bhagavan has praised karma yoga as well as jnana yoga. So first, karmanam sannyasam shansasi. He has said that you have praised the renunciation of action, where Bhagavan has praised. So I have quoted, which we have seen in 4th chapter, but Bhagavan has praised definitely. Bhagavan says in 33 verse, Sarva karma akhilam partha jnane parisamapyate. All gnana gets resolved when we have jnana. So sarvam karma, entire karma, parisamapyate, that gets resolved where? When gnanam takes place. So it is a glorifying gnanam. Again, in immediately 34th verse, Bhagavan says, if you want to get knowledge, you should go to approach to Guru. And how we have to approach also Bhagavan has specified, pranipatena, pariprashnena, sevaya. You should approach with namaskara, with asking good question and have to do Guru Seva. If you do like this, then gnaninaha, tattvadarshinaha, gnanam, te upadenshanti. Then only these old teachers will tell you this gnanam. So This Gnanam is not easy to get. So here again, Bhagwan has glorified Gnanam. Again in 38th verse, Bhagwan has said, Nahi Gnanena Sadrusham Pavitram Iha Vidyate. Again, Bhagwan has glorified Gnanam. There is a no purifier like Gnanam, self-knowledge, Iha, in this earth, Iha, Vidyate is not available. So again, Shansasi. Shraddhavan labhate gnanam. Again, Bhagavan says, one who has Shraddha, that person has Gnanam, and Gnanam labdva param shanti achirena adhigacchati. Having gained knowledge, param shanti means absolute peace. You will get. The meaning of param shanti means once you have get, it never goes. It's called param shanti. You will gain, but when? Gnanam ladva. Again, Bhagavan has praised Gnanam. And even same, second chapter from 11th verse, Ashocyanan Vashochastvam Pragnavadancha Basase. It starts from there up to 25th verse. Bhagavan has praised what? Only Gnanam. It's called Karmanam Sannyasam Shansasi. That's why poor Arjuna was confused. Bhagavan keep on. And then Arjuna says, Punahacha. Punaha means again. What you are doing? Yogam cha shansasi. You again praise Karma Yoga. And where Bhagavan has praised Karma Yoga, in having talked much about Gnanam in 4th chapter, what we have seen, in last verse, Bhagavan says, Uttishta Yogam Adishta. You have to get up and you have to follow Karma Yoga. Having praised all Gnanam, in last verse he said to Arjuna, Yogam Adishta. Just take to Karma Yoga, you follow Karma Yoga. So why you are telling me when Gnanam is this much good? Even there are many quotations. In 2nd chapter, Bhagavan says, he praises here, Ime dehaha antavantaha. These all bodies are perished, they will go. Nityasya ukta sharirinaha. Who lives inside, it is eternal. Anashinaha, who lives inside, is anashinaha. It doesn't go any type of modification. That is aprameyaha. The meaning is it cannot understand through our sense organ, but still tasmad yudyasva bharata. But still you do your duty. Yudhya says not you fight, but the meaning is you do your duty. So again, Bhagavan asks to do Karma Yoga. Even same chapter, Yogastha Kuru Karmani Sangam Tyaktva Dhananjaya Siddhi Asiddhi Samo Bhutva Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Yogastha Kuru Karmani. Having lived Yogastha Karma Yoga Tishtati. Having lived the life of Karma Yoga, you perform karma, having given up the result of action. It's called Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. It's called equanimity of mind. It's called Samatvam. So which I have to follow? Karma Yoga, and even here Tasmad Yogaya Yujyasva Yoga Karma Sukaushalam. In 50th verse, Bhagavan says, for Yogaya, Karma Yogaya, Yujyasva. You just follow, you just join Karma Yoga because Yoga Karma Sukaushalam. With reference to karma, one who knows how to perform karma is considered as an expertise. Yoga Karma Sukaushalam. And in 3rd chapter is really speaking dedicated to Karma Yoga only. But 30th verse consider is a capsule form of whole Karma Yoga. Because in this 30th verse, Bhagavan says, Sarvani Karmani Mai Sanyasya. Bhagavan says, all karma you give up, you just renunciate in me. Sanyasya, Adhyatma Chetasa. The meaning of Adhyatma Chetasa means may you have balanced mind. Nirashihi, ashihi, you should not have any expectation. Nirmamaha, you should don't have any possessiveness. Nirmamaha, but yudyasva, bhutva, having been like this, yudyasva, you have to fight. You have to do your duty. So it's called Yogam cha Shansasi. You are praising karma now. First you are praising Gnana. Now you are also you are praising Karma Yoga. So you tell me, what should I follow? And why I have expressed? Because Bhagwan is praising both. In second chapter and third chapter, what we have told, second chapter is considered as a whole base of Gita. So in second chapter, Bhagwan has explained both Sankhya Yoga as well as Karma Yoga. Person should know where am I. Each and every person has not same mind. Each and every person has different type of disposition of mind. If person is ready, then he can take up Gnana Yoga. If person is not ready, then person has to follow Karma Yoga. That's why Bhagavan keeps on telling to Arjuna, you do, because Bhagavan knows Arjuna is still need Karma Yoga in spite of almost all people in the world need only follow Karma Yoga, Gnanam will automatically come. But still, they think I should give up karma. So Arjuna is qualified for Karma Yoga only, but he is still interested in renunciation of karma because he doesn't like to fight with Drona and Bhishma. So that's why he says, Karma Yogam Shansasi, Jnanam Cha Shansasi, Etayoho. Among both of these, Yat Shreya, which is better, because both are, I have written, both are diagonally opposite. Renunciation is totally different for performing karma. So if I perform karma, so I cannot study. If I study, I cannot do karma. That's why it says, you tell me one. So karma yoga make us busy with action, while sannyasa make free from all obligatory duties. That's why it says, Yat Shreyah etayorekam tanme bruhi. So to choice among two is very difficult. So he give everything. The ball is in your court. You tell me what I have to do. That's why tat ekam sunishchitam me bruhi. That one. What is that? Either karma yoga or gnana yoga. Ekam sunishchitam. Definitely me bruhi. You tell me, because still I am confused. Whatever you tell, I will follow. Having said like this, now Bhagavan has again starts to teach him. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Sannyasah Karma Yogascha Nishreyasa Karavubo Tayostu Karma Sannyasat Karma Yogo Vishishyate. Bhagavan said, Sannyasah Karma Yogaha Nishreyasya Karo Ayavasandi Ubo. They both lead, and both are Sannyasah Karma Yogaha Nishreyasya Karo. They both will give liberation only. They will lead to liberation. Karo means they will lead. Nishreyas. Nishchayena Shreyas. Both will lead to Atmagyanam, liberation only, but Tayostu. Two means whereas, but Tayoho. If we compare both, then karma sannyasat karma yoga vishishyate. Compared to karma sannyasa, renunciation of karma, karma yoga is better. And why better? Because all are not ready. Even in same chapter, I think in 7th or 8th verse, Bhagavan will say, Sannyasah ayogya sannyasah dukkhamaptum ayoga. One who is not ready, for such person, sannyasam is not blessing, but dukkhamaptu, it will give pain. So Anvaya is Sannyasah karma yoga cha ubo, both of them, nishreyaskaro. Both will lead to Shreyas only, Jnanam only, liberation only. Two. Again, Bhagavan has put two. But Tayoho, among both of them, Karma Sannyasat, compared to Karma Sannyasa, Karma Yoga, Vishishyate. It's more better. It's Vishishyate. And I have written in 3rd chapter, 3rd verse, Bhagavan has conveyed the same meaning. Lokesmin dvividha nishtha pura prokta mayanaga jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yogina. At that time also we have seen, again we will see, there are two lifestyles for liberation. For liberation, there are two types of lifestyle. One is called, what I told is, karma sannyasa, karma yoga, and another is called sannyasa. And which type of sannyasa? That's why I have written Vividisha sannyasa. Because in 5th verse, 5th chapter, Bhagavan will praise Atmagyani. Frequently Bhagavan will praise, okay, what is Atmagyani? So here sannyasa means Vividisha. And both consider as a sadhana. You know, always people think this, the meaning of sadhana means we are sitting in front of Ishvara and doing some anushtana. It's considered as a sadhana. In general, people think. But according to Shastra, what is the sadhana? So sadhana is not only to sit in front of Lord, but sadhana means our whole life we convert into devotion. And when we go in with such mind, that lifestyle is called sadhana. So karma yoga is the biggest sadhana. Because in another sadhana, we have to sit in front of Lord maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, then we give up the sadhana and we go back to our routine life. But in this sadhana, whole day, whole week, month, years, and whole life, always be thinking what I am doing is for Ishvara, Ishvara Arpana Buddhya, and what we are receiving is nothing but only Ishvara's prasadam, is a gift of Ishvara. This is not an ordinary thing. To live such life, we need our mind. And in such mind, if we are ready to accept everything, is considered is a sadhana only. The biggest sadhana. One, I think when Pujya Swamiji was there and I was in Rishikesh, in Satsanga, somebody has asked Pujya Swamiji's question, Karma Yoga is okay, but you give me the different sadhana so I can pursue. I can reach to Ishvara. Then Swamiji said, there is no good sadhana other than Karma Yoga. But our mind should be after that. Okay, what I am doing, each and every karma, whatever I am doing is not for me, for Ishvara, then it's not ordinary. Our mind is not ordinary. That's why this karma yoga is a means of liberation. Really speaking, the biggest and tough in whole such sadhana, because Gnana sadhana is not that much difficult. When we are ready, we can understand who we are. But to follow karma yoga need a lot of alertness. That's why karma yoga is a means of liberation. While a person in very young age taken sannyasa, then they need also sannyasa is a means of liberation only. Sannyas is not moksha. All sannyas is not to have moksha, is not given any vow. Bhagavan has given some vow, blessings. Now you are become sannyasi, definitely you have get moksha. It's not like that. So sannyasa also is a sadhana only and is also means of liberation. Here they use karma yoga sadhana, they have to do japa, there are different things they have to do. It's not easy. So there is a difference. Another karma yoga, what is the difference is karma yoga and sannyasa? So in karma yoga, people have to play many roles. As a father, as a mother, as a husband, wife, son, daughter, in office, many type of roles. So person has to play many role. In sannyasa, very less role. So if less role is there, person may not be ready, is more difficult. When many roles, no, then it is easy. So in sannyasa, less role to play, but it is more difficult. Because if we are not ready, our mind diverts, can go. If you find in Rishikesh, there are many sannyasis. If we ask sannyasi, why you have taken sannyasa? They say our guru has given us. They don't know why they can taken sannyasa. Even if you have read Puja Swamiji's biography, is not, but somebody Padmanabhan, TTK, Padmaji has asked Swamiji, before sannyasa, what you have done? The Puja Swamiji said, I went to Uttarkashi to see a lifestyle of sannyasi. So I went to Uttarkashi and I met many sannyasis. And I have asked everyone, how is the life of sannyasi? Are you enjoying? So everybody says, why you are asking such question? Then Puja Swamiji said, I am planning to take sannyasa. Then everybody has said, please don't take sannyasa. It is a danger. You are at a young age, you should marry. He said, Puja Swamiji. So all sannyasi, if they have no any role to play, no, they don't know what to do. So it is not easy. So here less role to play. So it is not that much easy. Here in Karma Yoga, there are more obligatory duties to perform as a father, mother in office. Very many duties. Here sannyasi have very less duty. So again, mind can distract, can go anywhere. And if mind is not, somebody says you have to do nothing, but to do nothing is very challenging, to sit simply, it's not easy for each and every sannyasi. So that's why Bhagavan will say karma sannyasat gnana karma yoga vishishyate. Here in karma yoga, duties are taken as a devotion. What I am doing as a father, as a husband, employee, employer, whatever I am doing, but what is doing pure devotion. My bhakti is there with regards to Ishvara. This is side, what I am doing as an employee is just role play, but our whole focus is in devotion. While sannyasi, what they have to do japa, ashram seva, they have to take as a devotion only. If they think I have to do, then it is not considered as a devotion. Before 3 months, there is one person has come here. Is a young boy was there in our ashram. He has come. He says, I would like to live here. We say, okay, you can live. After when he was leaving, so we can ask something. No? You do one seva, something you go and abhisheka in our giri. He says, I am not here to do any type of seva. I would like to live here only. And he was a brahmachari. Then he says, if you don't like to do anything, so what to do? It's better you go in your life. But it is very difficult. They are not taken anything as a seva. If you give any, job, if you give any payment, then I am due. So this is not considered as a seva. I am a pujari, as a pujari, some salary, then I am ready. Then we say, here is ashram. Here all are considered seva. So for sannyasi, brahmachari, It's not easy if mind is not ready. And what is the common? Karma yogi, a grihastha, can also study scriptures. What you are right now, you are doing. Everybody can study scriptures. And what sannyasi has to do, they would also study scriptures. Both are allowed. Only lifestyle is different. Nothing else. And compared to karma yogi, grihastha, emotionally they are more secured because they are being surrounded by many relationships. That's why this person is secure. Sometimes is emotionally down. So there are other friends are there, family members are there to say him, to say her, don't worry, I am with you. So for grihastha is compared to more safe, more secure. While if sannyasi is there, for such person is not ready, then life becomes a very big problem. They cannot resist such life. And what happened to sannyasi to follow? What happened to karma yogi to follow this karma yoga as a devotion? So I have written, purification of mind will take place. And same, one who has taken sannyasa. Same thing will happen, both chitta shuddhi for karma yogi also and for sannyasi also. And what about Atma Gnanam? So self-knowledge also possible for karma yogi and self-knowledge also possible for sannyasi also. Both are same. Phalam is same, only lifestyle is different. And any examples are there? So I have written Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, considered as the biggest great grihastha. Same way, King Janaka, King Ashwapati, we have told story about Ashwapati. Here I have given Pujya Swamiji our Vivekananda and Swami Tapovanji. It says, I don't know where Raman Maharshi will fit. He is not grihastha, he is not sannyasi, but still Raman Maharshi will come here because he was the greatest jnani, but he is not sannyasi. It says Tapovanji, one who has read his Wandering in Himalayas. There's very good books are available from Tapovanji, he has read. But in Wandering Himalayas, when he goes up to Uttarkashi, he never come back. Plain in Bharat, he always lives in Uttarkashi or above Uttarkashi. And even it says Chinmayanandaji, he studied under Tapovanji and he said, I would like to share this knowledge among all people, one who are living in India. Tapovanji said, no, you should not share because there is a very pious, there is a valuable Vedanta, you should not share among all grihastha and all people. Still Chinmayanandaji has said, no, definitely I will go down and I will teach to everyone. So first time he went down and just he started, Gnana Yagna. The name is Gnana Yagna in Chennai. And after he just took 15 days for Gnana Yagna, and when he came back to again Uttarkashi, Tapovanji has asked him, total how many people have come to attend your Gnana Yagna? Then Chinmayanandaji says 4 people. Then he laughed. You see, only 4 people have come. Then Chinmayanandaji says, today 4 come, after few years 40,000 can come. But definitely I will go. And that's why still from Chinmayanandaji, Pujya Swamiji, this parampara is flowing because of only Chinmayanandaji. If he has followed Tapovanji, so this great parampara we cannot able to see. But Tapovanji was great, very great sannyasi. So this is the lifestyle, karma yoga lifestyle and sannyasa lifestyle, but both nishreyasa ubhav, both will give what? Nishraya only. Both lifestyle. So nothing which one is better and which one is not better, did not to compare. But still Bhagavan says, karma sannyasat, karma yoga vishishyate. Both will deliver. I didn't write, but here, tayostu karma sannyasat, karma yoga vishishyate. But karma yoga is better compared to karma sannyasa. And why Bhagavan has said this sentence? First, it says the first reason is in front of Bhagavan, Arjuna was sitting, not a Nachiketa. If Nachiketa was sitting, then he would have said, or some sannyasi was sitting, then Bhagavan should have said, this sannyas life is better. But Arjuna was sitting and he was a great grihastha. Not only one wife, he has many wives. So he was a great grihastha. First, it says one has to address all people keeping front of who are sitting in front of you. Otherwise, something is not good. So in front of Arjuna was sitting. This is first reason. Second reason, why Bhagavan has praised Karma Yoga compared to Karma Sannyasa, because Karma Yoga, if we follow properly, our mind will become more mature. So for mature, there are many sannyasis I have seen. If some has taken direct sannyasa, no? So mind is not mature. And if mind is not mature, then it creates a havoc in society also. So if we follow proper karma yoga, then definitely emotionally we were matured. And grihastha life is for such life only. Because we have to take, in our Indian culture, marriage is considered as an institute. Lagna Sanstha is a marriage institute, and in institute is there is a not two person, not husband wife, is an institute. And an institute that both husband and wife has to take care of both side of their family members. So boy has to take care of wife's family member, at the same time wife has to take care. So there are many, let goes. And more we let go, our mind will be mature. If direct one who is become sannyasi may be egoistic. Now I am sannyasi, everybody has to do seva for me. But if one person has follow karma yoga, grihastha life proper, then mind definitely become mature. And what is the gray zone and what is the red zone of sannyasi? If he is not prepared, it will come, but still person will be in pain. In Jain cult, if you have not Jain cult, even Swaminarayan cult, they give sannyasa at the age of 8 years, at the age of 9 years. At that time, that young child, they don't know what is the life, what is the young age. They don't know anything, and directly they become a monk, sannyasi, and after some years, at 20 years, they would like to marry. And if they don't marry, then they have some secret, their own life, which is not good also. And even sannyasa also nowadays is a one-way track. It's considered sannyasa is one way. If we go in sannyasa, there is a no return. And if they cannot return to this Jain and Swaminarayan, what they will do? Is no return, then life will be miserable for them also. And whole sannyasis family consider as all sannyasi are not good. That's why sannyasa is very only for few people only. Most of karma yoga is very safe. Grihastha life is very safe. Pujya Swamiji used to tell one story, if you remember. There is a one apat sannyasa. You know what is apat sannyasa? One person is at last stage, and if person would like to take sannyasa, so even priest can give sannyasa. Because in our culture, it is a one notion is there. If one who takes sannyasa, after death, that person will get good gati. So one person was very sick in Pujya Swamiji's era when he was in 1960 or something. And he was very sick, and doctor said this person will be he will live only for 1 month. That person come to Pujya Swamiji. He asked, I would like to take apat sannyasa because I will die after some days. So it's better you give me sannyasa. So Pujya Swamiji says, have you asked your family members? So his wife and everybody says it's okay. Let him take because he will die only. So Swamiji is given sannyasa. He took sannyasa, and after a few days he became okay. He didn't die. He became all right. Now wife says, I would like to live with you. Swamiji, now you cannot supposed to live. Now he is sannyasi. So whenever this person goes, whole family members goes after him only. So this is called karma sannyasa. It is not that much easy to follow if we are not ready. And he said to Pujya Swamiji, how can I live them? For years and years I have lived with them. I cannot give up them. I think I will die. That's why I have taken. But Swamiji, you cannot take again, go back to this your normal life because now you are sannyasi. So it's called dukkham aptuma yogata. For such people, such karma, this karma sannyasa will give pain. It's better karma yoga. In next, Bhagavan will say, Gneyah sanitya sannyasi yana dveshti na kankshati. In Bhagavan's eye, one who doesn't have like and dislike, these all people are considered sannyasi only. So need not to go after sannyasa, you live a life only properly. Any question regarding this?
She's asking you have any question.
No question. You would like to ask? Mataji.
Swaminiji, I have a question about the word Nishrayasa. So Shreyas is that which is ultimate good. Nishrayasa is also the same. That
Same, yeah, same. But sometimes, for meter's sake, we have to put some word.
Meters.
Meter's sake. So, if suppose here, so here 8, I think, yeah. 8 alphabets are over. So here, Sannyasa Karma Yogasya Nishreyasa Karavubho. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If Shreyas Karavubho, then what will happen to Bhagavan? That's why we have side put one more Nihi. Nishreyas also same meaning. There is no separate another meaning of Nishreyas.
so it's not like generally the nir prefix is negated, right? But not like that.
No, there is a ni have two meanings. Sometimes we can do nirgataha and sometimes nischayana. So sometimes nischayana shreya.
Swaminiji, you gave an example for Vidvat Sannyasa. You mentioned Ashwapati Tirth.
No, there is a king Ashwapati. That story used to come in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad.
Okay.
There was a one Brahmin called Gargeya. He thinks he knows Atma Jnana. So he went to Ashwapati and he says, I would like to teach you what is the self-knowledge. Then Ashwapati says, yeah, he was a contemporary of Janaka, Ashwapati. So Ashwapati was very glad because that Garge didn't go to Janaka and he came to me. That's why Ashwapati was very happy. And he said, I'm ready to become your student. You teach me. Then he taught all upasanas. That Garge taught all upasana Then Ashwapati says, you don't know what is self-knowledge. You are keep on teaching all upasanas, you don't know everything. Then Garge said, do you know what is self-knowledge? He said, yes, I know. Then the Garge said, now I am your disciple, you teach me.
Right.
He taught everything with the taken dream example. And he taught everything, what is self.
Yes, yes.
Ashwapati is very nice story.
That Gargain says the sun is Brahman, and
Yeah.
then like that.
Everything, yeah. So many Brahman. He said, this is not Brahman, this is sun only. Every say this is everything he said, this is all upasana.
Yeah. Today I saw this, the same thing was in that Upanishad Ganga, there is a program, which is Chinmaya.
Yeah, Upanishad Ganga. Yeah.
It is very beautiful, very nicely done. And it comes in DD Bharati. It's now coming every day.
At what time?
6 p.m.
6 o'clock
6
India
o'clock.
time.
India time 6 o'clock.
Yeah. So this same thing was there. Today, I think today or yesterday it was there.
Garge was then Ashwapati.
What happened to your finger, Swamiji?
Oh.
Doing Grahastha duties.
I was preparing food, cutting vegetables.
This is
Oh.
Corona era.
It's okay, not much.
Okay.
See, this is see, she's forgotten all this.
I don't want to accept. Finger rejected.
Huh? Shall we do now? Huh?
Swaminaji, thank you for mentioning that marriage is an institution. That's a beautiful teaching, actually.
It's an institute only. It is not only for two people. Whole family are together. It's a family.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
if you think about it that way, it actually inculcates renunciation.
Yeah. In one
So
way.
it's not just about you, it's about everybody else that is involved. And
Yeah.
thanks for reminding that.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you. Shall we do Purnamada?
Yeah.
Yes.
Om
Om Purnamada
Namada Purnamidham Purnashyate
Purnasya
Madhyamādāya
Purnameva
Shivavasishyate
Om
Shanti Shanti
Harihi Om
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha
Om
Hari Om.